Bueno, fue en español, poderia ser em português, but we're gonna go in English, if you guys don't mind. So, well, it's a pleasure to be here with you. It's been a few years that we've joined ITC, so it's great to be with you all here and an opportunity that we always look forward to. So we are Kovr. We are a local, a Brazilian insurance company. Been in the market for nearly over 50 years. We branded the company about 4 or 5 years ago. And mainly what we did was try to find what would be the new insurance market, trying to create something new, something different. When we rebranded it, it was right in the middle of COVID. So we had to try to see a different way to actually work on the insurance market. And it was a challenge because the consumer market was changing. And we do believe that the reason why we're all here today, us three, it's because the consumers are changing. Their needs, their behavior, what they expect from us, they are changing. That's the reason why PicPay has become a very important player on the finance market in Brazil, starting as a fintech and now as a bank. So evolving from the initial project to something much bigger, working in many different directions, and Chris is going to be able to share a little about it. And Camila on Disney and Disney Plus. If you guys can remember, I have a hard time remembering a few things prior to COVID. I really don't know what time it was or when it was. I don't know. COVID kind of threw us on that black hole. But Disney and Disney Plus, the streaming service, it's something new. It became a reality 5 or 6 years ago, and it's building a new market. And now, how can we live without a streaming opportunity and a streaming offer? So these are a few things that we wanted to talk about with you guys here today. Just a quick intro. Camila was presented to you guys. Camila has more than 15 years on the tech market, working in telecoms and other activities within Disney. Today, she leads the distribution in Brazil, not only for Disney Plus, ESPN, and all of that, with partnerships and everything. And Chris, on the other hand, he leads the insurance business within this bank, this financial group that is established in Brazil. I would say it's a very prominent group, very interesting to hear a little about it, and I'll leave you guys with them. Chris, can you go ahead?
Yeah, I'm so glad to being here and honored by the invitation and to share the stage with you guys and with the audience. Thank you for the invitation.
Thanks so much, Edu. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you guys, with such brilliant minds shaping the future of insurance, technology, and customer journeys. So let's start talking a little bit about it.
Okay, so first I would like to start with Camila. So as we were talking about how the customer is changing the way that they expect services and experiences to be handed to them, the way that expectations have changed, the way that most of the market has changed. So how do you see the opportunity of going with a streaming service, working with insurance? We know that insurance, I always joke about it. I mean, no one wakes up in the morning saying, hey, today I'm going to buy a life insurance policy, or at least not in Latin America, at least where we are from. But so how can we reshape, and how is the streaming opportunity something that we can overlook for it?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, because you must be asking, why is Disney over here? we use it to be just a streaming platform, but we are aiming to be in everyday's life, and aiming to expand our contact points, our touch points, to bring emotion, to bring creativity, to bring connection into people's lives. People don't want to buy just products anymore. They want to buy experience. They want to feel safe. Kovr is changing how consumers have treat insurance. You don't call your broker once a year anymore. You want a perfect match between coverage, customer journey, and creativity. And I see that this partnership, we can bring that.
Yeah, no doubt. It's interesting that when we talk about Disney, their portfolio is so amazing that we always have many different opportunities to explore that dynamic, trying to find what's the best fit to the clients. Chris, on the other hand, talking about, a very broad structure, broad, volume of information, clients, and so on. How do you see on the distribution side mainly that players such as PicPay is a very important piece on that puzzle?
Well, the first step is to transform insurance in something simple and inclusive. Not complex, very simple and inclusive. This is the baseline, this is the first step. On the other hand, the way of offer is so important also. At PicPay, over 80% of our sales are sale by context. And the sale by context allow the client to perceive the protection, allow the client to make a link between the routine and the protection, the value proposition. So our thesis is sale by context, selling something simple and inclusive. And what we consider a sale by context at PicPay is embedded offer, for sure, and any kind of offer after a transaction in our app. So that's what we call context sale and by sale, and it represents over 80% of our sales.
Yeah, and on that specifically, we had so many opportunities to actually use that experience and that structure in order to create something new. I mean, it's amazing how it has become a living lab, and it's amazing to see how the clients react to it. Because the clients do not behave the same, and they do not behave the same at the same time either, and expectations change, and they change constantly. And that's one of the reasons why when we started discussing opportunities and we started talking to Disney, it wasn't something obvious. So, and why wasn't it obvious at the beginning? Because most of the time you're not thinking about insurance related to some other service. What we do, and on most of our offers, we usually think about assistance. We usually think about services, but services are already there, that we are already working with them, and we're just trying to find a way to actually distribute them differently. Here, we're actually adding value and creating something new, and trying to understand and anticipate what are the client's needs, their behaviors, and try to anticipate what could be something really valuable to them at the end. So thinking about that, Camila, on the collaboration side, on innovation side, how do you think that Disney is the role that Disney is playing with all of this, and how important is it to Disney to actually be able to? Because I think this is the only partnership that Disney has with insurance company, I do believe. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to hear from you.
Yeah, you're right, Edu. We have a historical relationship with telcos because they were the ones distributing content, but we have identified this opportunity in the insurance segment, and we started to look for the perfect partner to do that. we knew that it wasn't something simple. Disney has high ratings of quality and high needs in terms of technology and all of that stuff to get to the client. But Kovr was the perfect match. We saw that there was a complementary audience. They have the infrastructure needed. They have the flexibility needed to build and develop specific products that we see in the middle of people's daily lives, like you have travel insurance, car insurance, life insurance. Imagine having all of that with Disney Plus without needing to pay a little bit more and without needing to administrate your subscription in anywhere else. And not to start talking about our IPs. Disney IPs are very well recognized. You have Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, Disney Plus, National Geographic. Imagine putting these IPs into PicPay, into Kovr's customer journey, and you can see the emotion that comes with that.
So for us, that was a great opportunity because if you think about when we talk about Disney, you probably think about Mickey Mouse, but most of what they do is actually going much beyond that. So you have ESPN, all the ESPN content, you have Star Plus, you have so many content that talks to most of the families overall. So it's interesting that when we were discussing with Disney, we were even more amazed with their capabilities and the way that they looked at the insurance market and said that this was an industry that they would like to be in. And the only way that we can understand and anticipate most of what the customer needs and try to deliver to them the best service and best experience, as Camila mentioned, so that you are surfing through a lot of different information and so on. So if you have a one-stop shop contest where you are receiving all the services that you need and the protection that you needed, because at the end of the day, as what we usually say, you usually are not going for the protection directly, but you want to know that you're protected at the end of the day. So in order to build that, we actually have to use data and information. And that's where PicPay plays a very important role, being close to the distribution, close to the customer, being I would say, the first stage of interaction with the customer. That's a very valuable part of what we do. So very valuable part of trying to understand the customer, trying to deliver to the customer the best product and exactly what the customer needs, more than tailor-made, made for him or her, right?
Yeah.
So Chris, on that,
we are trying
leading to your side. It's so talking about data and information. How relevant and important is that in order to create the better offer?
Yeah, we are trying hard to reach this level. AI capability is crucial at PicPay. We have a strong AI capability, 6 million client in our bases. We are crossing data all the time. If we treat our PicPay clients and we open our app at the same time, our home will be totally different between us, because the AI engine is analyzing and offering, and you can scroll particularly in your demand. So we are crossing data all the time. We believe this for insurance. This mechanism allows us to make good sales by context. We are trying to launch innovative products. We have a case together. There is a case in our market. It was the first multi-bank wallet protection of the market. So you hire a wallet protection, and wallet protection is mainly to protect, to cover the app transactions. So you hire it in PicPay, but any account registered in our app is covered by our insurance. So go further in terms of innovative products. I can give you some examples of the AI behind the sales offer. So if we identify the client has changed his gadget, we offer a mobile insurance. If we see the client registered a new account on the open banking, we offer wallet protection. If we see the client is paying a motor tax, auto tax, we offer an auto repair protection. So we need to have a wide portfolio to be ready to offer to the client a product or a protection in any situation. And the AI and the volume of the client allow us to try to reach this point. That point, nobody wants to buy insurance. We try to find something that, okay, don't want to hire, but if we offer, they will hire. Something like this logic.
Yeah, if you're contextualizing the offer and offering at the exact time, at the exact place to the exact customer, it's much harder to actually lose a sale. That's very important. So when it comes to innovation, we know that technology alone is not the only thing to actually help you on innovating, but without a doubt, technology helps to propel the innovation. And having the capability to gather information is very important as we are offering a product. So I don't know if you guys paid attention, but PicPay has over 60 million customers. Imagine what that volume of customers, what's the challenge behind it. There's a lot of customers. What do you offer to each one of these customers? How do you offer it? When do you offer it? How do you use it? So over 60 million customers. We do issue more than 1.5 million policies a month. So that's the volume. And I see a few friends of ours and partners of ours where we're transacting on their platforms too. So it's interesting to add, that volume, that structure. You need to know exactly what you're doing and how you're offering. And Disney has how many signatures of Disney Plus?
I cannot
I was
say
trying.
that.
I was really trying. I wish I could get that information.
I cannot say that.
I knew it, but I tried even then. So, Camila, how do you see, most of what we're doing, starting in Brazil and overlooking Latin America, what are the opportunities as we're moving forward with this initiative? Because as we see, every time that we are trying to do something new, there is a period where, you have the learning lessons, you have the development part. It takes time for you to understand, sometimes it's you're testing models, you're testing your theory. Sometimes it goes one way. Sometimes we find other opportunities that we overlooked. How do you see it when we're looking, in Latin America and the opportunities beyond?
Yeah, well, Brazil and Latin America is well known for its creativity in terms of business models and expanding it to the world. I think we are testing in the early stages of this partnership now. We just launched Kovr, Viva com Disney Plus. It's a life insurance. We just launched a credit card insurance, and who knows what's the next step that we can make. Maybe PicPay. I would love to do that. I think the three companies have everything that the customer needs, because he doesn't want to know who is offering the insurance, who is offering where he should do the activation for the streaming. He wants a seamless experience. And I believe that the three companies together have the technology, the emotion connection, and the distribution channels that it's PicPay.
Yeah, it is very interesting. It's a new world. How would we, go back a few years? We didn't even have streaming, or not in the volume that we have these days. So opportunities that we have, we're just at the start of it. We're just scratching the surface. And talking about scratching the surface, I mean, we've done quite a lot, and still I think we're scratching the surface. So what else can we do? Most of what we've created was on the embedded field, because we do believe a lot in the embedded offer. We don't think that an offer of a product alone it's going to sell. So how do you see it, and what can we foresee when we're still moving along on that path?
I believe the embedded offer it reached a very good level. We know how to do it nowadays. So I believe the next step is about product design or product redesign, because the industry has advanced a lot in terms of distribution, in terms of journeys, relationship with the client, but the products are mainly pretty the same of 10, 15 years ago. So I believe it's time to accelerate new coverage, new benefits, things like pay-per-use, progressive benefits, something related to insurance beyond the insurance, when we can put in our ecosystem partnerships like Disney, because for sure, I'm looking some colleagues here that will agree with me. If a client has a short pocket and need to decide to cancel between an insurance and a stream platform, for sure he will cancel the insurance. So we need to find ways to give a context that this client hire, more convinced, and stay and keep this policy with us for a long time. So I believe this is the next step where we are going this redesign of products, and for sure it will increase a better perception from the customer.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. From a streaming perspective, we see bundles as a trending, and from our side, we have seen lifetime value of customers increase more than 30% once you have streaming bundled with other products, and churn reduced by half of it. The numbers are amazing, and Disney is obsessed with the client. So we know the customer journey, we know the IPs, we know the perfect timing. I believe with the technology and the opportunity we have with PicPay, it's going to be amazing.
Just to add something, and unfortunately, no spoiler, but we have in the oven 3 products in this sense of something more disruptive. We will launch 2 of them in the first quarter of 2026, but by the end of the year, we are launching with Kovr our Life 2.0, and so please stay tuned for something really innovative. And I stop here.
No, I really do believe that we're just at the beginning of this, and it's amazing to see how we were able to evolve from there, and the opportunities that we still have ahead. When you bring together something that is related to emotion, that is related to entertainment, that is related to behavior, when you add that with some personality, so you understand the persona, you understand who you're talking to, you understand that person, that customer's specific behavior, needs, and what you need to adapt. And when you bring, when you bring protection, to it, something that is so old and so traditional, such as insurance, we are all in this market. We all beneficiate from insurance. We all understand that insurance is a very important product to our daily lives. But more and more, we have new opportunities to actually include insurance in what we do, moving beyond. And we've talked for many years, even here on ITC and others, how insurance has to be seamless, how insurance has to be on your daily routine, how we need to implement new tools, new technology, new ways to offer. And there is nothing more complete than adding up a cycle like this, where you are bringing the entertainment, you're bringing the emotion, you're bringing the data and the persona, and offering that coverage. So we're very happy, and as I mentioned, we're just starting. And I do believe that there are many things for us to share with you guys in the near future. Stay tuned, as Chris said. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Thank
Edu.
you. Thank you, guys.